Okay, people, I've got quite a story to tell you. The title of this story, this video, is How to Disfellowship Two People with Zero Proof. That's a zero, by the way. How to disfellowship two people with zero proof. And of course, this story can only be told by the Watchtower, because they are the ones that have disfellowshipped two people with zero proof. Now, I have documents from lawyers and bodies of elders and the accused two individuals to back up this story. And when you hear this, you're gonna respond. This story is gonna make you react. So basically, we have a married couple, Mike and Kim. They're members of the Jehovah's Witnesses for many years. Somewhere along the line, they do research, they learn the truth about the truth, and they gradually stop going to the meetings. They stop associating with the witnesses. Okay, wonderful. They've faded out. They've gotten away. In fact, their daughter, their adult daughter as well, has gotten away. Their conscience has told them that they can serve God without the Watchtower organization. They don't need man-made creeds and rules to tell them. They just want to be left alone. They're free. All right, well, here's the situation. So Mike, he goes over to his mother's earlier this year. Now, his mother is still a hardcore Jehovah Witness. She's a little older. She's still very active. And she and him get into an argument over the treatment of his daughter. He feels that she's not being kind. She's not being loving to her granddaughter. And I wasn't there, but it sounded like she wasn't being kind to her. At any rate, families have these kinds of issues come up, right? Not a big deal. Okay, related to this, later Mike is talking with his brother. And he shows his brother one of the subliminal images embedded in a Watchtower photo from the September 2005, September 15th, issue page 25. Now, honestly, I've seen some of these, and a few may be legitimate, but most could be anything. That's just my opinion, okay? But at any rate, he saw something, he showed it to his brother. They must have had a heated discussion about it. Okay, fine. So the brother, he goes and shows it to the mother, and those two start to talk. Okay, all right. That's it. That's all. That's the smoking gun so far. Well, sometime later, apparently, Mike's mother, and possibly his brother too, they go and tell the elders and possibly others in the congregation that Mike has been poisoned by the apostates. Mike has left the organization. Well, her elders take this information and they run with it. And they call the elders that attend in the congregation where Mike and Kim used to attend, and then they assign two elders to investigate this matter. Investigate this serious allegation that they have now. They've grabbed a hold of it. Okay, now we have all that. This is just the introduction, because now it gets really interesting. Okay, it's going to blow your mind. So this elder named Richard starts calling them up on the phone, and he wants to have a conference call with this couple along with another elder named Robert. And Mike and Kim say, please stop calling us. We don't want you to come over. We don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to them, and it's their right. They don't have to talk to them, right? Right? Okay. So that happens, and then some more time goes by. Now we're going to start getting into the dates and the timeline. Around May 13th of this year, 2013, the elder named Richard shows up unannounced at their home with another elder named John. They don't know this John person, and they're asked nicely to please leave. Mike and Kim say, just, thanks for coming, thanks but no thanks, then they leave. Okay. But they don't quit, right? Oh no, they have this smoking gun, they have this accusation that has been raised, and it's serious. So this goes on, the elders trying to get at them. So about 3 months goes by. On August the 7th, 2013, so we're getting recent, an elder named Pete comes by with another elder. They didn't know the name of this other elder. Mike is not at home. Elder Pete and another elder come by. Mike's not at home. So they begin to pressure the wife, Kim. We need to talk to you. This is serious. We're concerned about you. Well, she has them in briefly, and again reiterates that her husband doesn't want to meet with them, and she doesn't either, and finally they leave. Okay, that's August the 7th. Now, a week later, on the 14th, 1 week goes by, Elder Pete, along with another elder, calls and says, this is a conference call, and we want to speak to Mike, just the three of us, and handle this matter. It's very serious, blah, blah, blah. At this point, Mike is understandably upset. He's ticked. And he says, you've usurped my headship. You've come and talked with my wife. That's out of line according to your own instructions from the Watchtower, which it is, by the way. I've looked that up in the past. In the Watchtower's huge body of rules and policies, somewhere in there, it does talk about that you're not supposed to meet with a man's wife without him present and all of that. It's very sexist. It's ridiculous. But that's their own rules. You know, they don't follow their own rules very good. You're going to find that out as the story unfolds. All right, so Mike and Kim promptly contact their lawyer. And within 2 days, on August the 16th, their lawyer sends a letter to the body of elders, alerting them to the fact that what they are doing is considered harassment under the law in their state. Their client is not going to sit idly by and do nothing if they continue this course. Now, I'm going to share a couple portions from this letter. I have this letter right here. You'll see it on your screen, redacted, of course. That means black bars in certain areas. To whom it may concern, I write on behalf of Mike and Kim, informing us your organization was given false statement by Mike's mother, claiming that they had left the Jehovah's Witness organization and had turned apostate. Since that time, they advise that they have been the victims of a witch hunt and harassment by your organization. Mike and Kim have received phone calls from Elder Richard, questioning their beliefs and their stand in the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society's organization, and has even arrived at their home unannounced with an elder to continue your questioning. All right, we're going to skip down. They have politely asked you to leave. They have informed you that they do not wish to discuss any matters with your organization. Yet, they continue to receive the harassing phone calls, so the lawyer gets to the point and says, your recent conduct is in violation of law and constitutes harassment. State law, such and such a number, defines harassment as knowingly pursuing a pattern of conduct that is intended to annoy, alarm, terrorize, serves no lawful purpose. You should immediately cease and desist this conduct or any related conduct. Your immediate attention to this issue is appreciated and expected. All right. Excellent letter. Way to go, Mike and Kim's lawyer, telling these elders to just leave them alone. They're not even going to the meetings. They haven't gone for eons. Just leave them alone. But oh no. This is a serious matter that needs to be dealt with. You see, it's on now. It's on now because arrogant Watchtower and their arrogant legal department can't back down from a fight. Oh no, they need to exert their ecclesiastical authority. They need to make an example of these fine folks. They need to squash these cockroaches for the good of the congregation. Even though they don't have any dealings with the congregation anymore anyways, that doesn't matter. Yes, this riles me up. Yes, my blood pressure has gone up a few points. I'll be okay. I'll take another pill. But you still haven't heard the half of it yet, okay? So a few more days goes by, and now we are on August 23rd. August 23rd, Mike and Kim receive a registered letter to sign for that from the local body of elders, inviting them to a judicial committee concerning allegations of apostasy. And an apostasy has a capital A, all right, like the scarlet A, right? It has a capital A, apostasy with a capital A. Now I'm going to share a little bit of this. And here's that letter right there. You're going to see it on your screen. The body of elders has appointed a judicial committee. We want to assure you of our genuine interest in your spiritual welfare and our heartfelt desire to provide you with assistance in this matter. And then, this is a funny one, they quote Isaiah 1:18 and 19. I got to share this with you. Come now, you people, and let us set matters straight between us, says Jehovah. So now the elders are Jehovah, setting matters straight. according to this quote. Though the sins of you people, Mike and Kim, should prove to be as scarlet, they will be made white just like snow. If you people show willingness and do listen, the good of the land you will eat. See that, Mike and Kim? You can eat the good of the land if you'll just listen to the elders and come to their capital A apostasy meeting. That's what they're saying. Then, of course, they trot out James 5, 12 through 14. And 12 doesn't even have anything to do with it. He just typed the wrong number in there. It's 13 and 14. Remember that one says, is there anyone suffering evil among you? Is there anyone is there anyone sick among you? That's the part, verse 14. Let him call the older man of the congregation, and they will grease him with oil in the name of Jehovah. And then they forgot verse 15 where it says, if they have committed sins, they will be forgiven. You see, so he quotes these verses, invites them to a judicial meeting, and he dates it September 7th. Okay, so they have, what is that, from the 23rd, they have about 3 weeks here notice. Or what am I saying? 2 weeks notice to attend this meeting. And then he finishes it up by saying, if we do not hear from you, or you choose not to be present at this meeting, the judicial committee will then consider the available facts. Well, there's lots of facts. It'll take them hours to go through all the facts. And then we will reach a decision. Nevertheless, we sincerely hope that you will choose to attend this meeting to benefit from this Bible-based arrangement to shepherd those who are in need of assistance. See, they just want to shepherd Mike and Kim with a capital A. They want to shepherd them and put a big scarlet A on their chest or something, right? All right, sincerely, Judicial Committee. Oh, no. Sincerely, Elder Pete, Judicial Committee Chairman, Elder Pete. Okay, so that is what they get on the 23rd. Now, they get this, and they're trying to make sense. Okay, what are we going to do? And then, just a few days later, they get another letter. Another lovely letter from Watchtower headquarters this time. Interesting. Paterson, New York. And this one's from Mario. Mario, the Watchtower lawyer. I wonder if there's another lawyer named Luigi. I don't know. Mario has a few things to tell Mike and Kim. And he wants to encourage them also. But Watchtower lawyer Mario, sends this letter to Mike and Kim's lawyer, and this is what he says. He says basically, I represent the local elders, me, Mario, and he also says that his clients have been sent a letter inviting them to a congregation-appointed judicial committee. Okay, surprise. And the purpose of this meeting is to try and assist a member of the congregation who is on a dangerous spiritual course. That's all this is about. They're on a dangerous spiritual course. Because there's lots of facts, remember. And then finally, Lawyer Mario says that they have tried to provide and would still love to provide, like to provide. I added love, but you know they would love it. They would like to provide spiritual help to this lawyer's clients who are both still members of the congregation. And he closes by stating that he hopes his clients will avail themselves of this offer to assist them if they desire to receive spiritual help. Okay, that's this letter. So, of course, the veiled threat there then is this implication that they're rejecting something good. And it's been offered in sincerity. If they refuse this spiritual help, then they will be dealt with. And that's the veiled threat of the letter. Okay, Mike and Kim, what are they going to do? You know, they got the local elders breathing down their neck. They've got elder lawyer Mario from Watchtower, Paterson breathing down their neck. Well, 2 days later, 29th, Mike and Kim write back. Here's their letter back, explaining why they can't make it. They need a little more time. Their schedule doesn't permit them to meet on September the 7th. Okay, that's reasonable, right? They said, we are interested in meeting with you. However, due to long-standing prior obligations that cannot be adjusted, we are unavailable to meet with you on the 7th. At this point, we have no availability in our schedule to meet with you until approximately October the 1st, 2013. Okay, so we're only talking about, delaying things a few weeks, right? Okay. Can we please put this off a few weeks? That's what they're asking. As the letter we received addresses some serious allegations that we desire to resolve, but our schedule simply does not allow us to meet within the time frame you have suggested. We hope you understand. So there it is. Can we please have some more time? Okay. Well, and there's more. You can read more of that letter. It's going to be on your screen. Okay. Well, Elder Pete writes back on September the 7th, the appointed hour, the appointed day that they were supposed to meet and get the Scarlet A put on their chests. Well, Elder Pete writes back on September the 7th, 2013. Elder Pete says, we received your letter. We do appreciate that we all have very busy schedules, and we all have many obligations. Oh, Elder Pete's got lots of obligations. He's got Bible studies to conduct, and he's got lots of publishers to shepherd, and he's got his 10 hours to get out in his field service, whatever. Well, anyways, Elder Pete's a busy man too. That's what he's saying. And he says, for this reason, we have rescheduled your Judicial Committee hearing for Wednesday, September 18th, 2013 at 7 p.m. at the Kingdom Hall located at blah, blah, blah. This date and time is firm. Elder Pete likes his dates firm. You gotta have something firm. This is your opportunity to respond to allegations, and it would be in your best interest to arrange your schedule to be present. In other words, you better be there, because if you're not there, you know what's going to happen. That's what he's saying, right? As for the information that you requested, it will be provided at the hearing. Yeah, sure it will. Now, again, he closes and he says, if we do not hear from you, or you choose not to be present for this meeting, the Judicial Committee will then consider the available facts and reach a decision. We sincerely hope that you will choose to attend this meeting to benefit from the Bible-based arrangement, to shepherd those who are in need of assistance. We look forward to meeting with both of you. Interesting here with his little closing, it's a copy-paste. He copy and pasted that from his last letter, pretty much, right? He jiggered one line around, but he copy-pasted that. Well, that's good, Pete. You saved some typing, save yourself some typing. But I wonder how sincere you are. How much do you really want to meet with them? How sincere are you to help them with this Bible-based arrangement, Pete? I really wish that you would answer that for me, because the copy-paste at the end of your second letter with your firm date doesn't sound very, very sincere. I mean, that's just my take on it. I think maybe others might feel the same way. Okay, up to this time, these so-called facts have never been disclosed. But we know the only thing that it can be is the testimony of Mike's mother. Mike said, I'm a bad grandma, and he doesn't worship Jehovah the way I do anymore, and he should go to the Kingdom Hall. We got that. And then we got Mike's brother, who saw Mike show him a picture of a Watchtower from 2005 that Mike thought had a subliminal image in it. Whatever. That's it. That's their facts. I mean, that's all they've got. And by the way, Mike and Kim only got this firm date from Elder Pete only 6 days prior to this mock trial with the elders. Well, Mike and Kim declined to attend. There wasn't any point in them going to this kangaroo court with this little star chamber hearing. And less than 1 week later, on September 18th, 2013, these elders decided to disfellowship Mike and Kim. They disfellowship Mike and Kim. They're going to die at Armageddon now, according to Watchtower dogma, JW belief systems, without ever having told them what it was that they supposedly did or heard from this so-called testimony. Now, there's one more interesting fact I'd like to share with you, because it just shows you that they can disfellowship you for anything. They don't have to follow their own rules to do it. They don't have to have enough evidence, whatever. It can be circumstantial, it can be hearsay, it makes no difference. You got 3 regular guys, Elder Pete, maybe he runs a steam cleaning business, and you got Elder Richard, and maybe he works as a bank teller, and then you got the last guy, maybe he stuffs envelopes all day. Who knows? They just have simple regular jobs, and then they can just convict you on whatever they want. And here is right from their own Shepherd the Flock of God 2010 edition, the Secret Elder Handbook, page 68.24. Let me share this with you. If asked, elders could participate in step 2, but they do not represent the body of elders. If the matter proceeds to step 3, any elders who were witnesses in step 2 could serve only as witnesses in step 3. They would not be used to serve on the judicial committee in step 3. Okay, steps 2 and 3, it's talking about investigating, it's talking about finding out if somebody is accused of something and then hauling them in before their little tribunal. Then point 26, the body of elders may first need to investigate before appointing a judicial committee. If so, the brothers involved in step 2 would not be used to investigate. They would be interviewed as witnesses, and then of course that means they wouldn't be on the judicial committee. Of course, Elder Pete and Elder Richard, they did all those things. They investigated, they looked into it, he became the chairman, he disfellowshipped them and violated their own little policy there. But again, it doesn't matter. You can break any rule you want when you're close, when you sniff blood and you want to DF somebody. So it has nothing to do with what Mike's mother and brother really said. They DF Mike and Kim anyway. So the moral of the story, what is the moral of the story? If you stand up to the Watchtower power, if you get a lawyer and you try to tell them, stay off my property, leave me alone, they will DF you. If it suits them, if they feel like it, for anything. It doesn't matter. Of course, the good news is that there's a happy ending to this story. I mean, Mike and Kim are doing great. They're free. They're out of the Watchtower cult. These goons have no hold on them any longer. Elder Pete has no more firm dates to meet with them and help them anymore because they don't need any of that junk anymore. So that's the happy ending to the story. Mike and Kim are doing great, and they're free. Free at last. They're free at last.
The order is rapidly fading, for the times they are a-changing.